In the last class, verse number 8 we saw ऊर्ध्वम् आकृष्य च अपानवायुं प्राणे नियोजयेत् ऊर्ध्वम् आनीयते शक्त्या सर्वपापे प्रमुच्यते. If I am right, correct? Up to verse number 8 we have seen. So the person, especially being seated in Baddha Padmasana, so to make sure that the back is straight, and of course saluting Guru and Lord Shiva, now keeps the eyes in Bhrulata Madhya, between the eyebrows. Now starts practicing Pranayama, that too alone. That we have seen very elaborately why ekaki, how, all these details. And there the trick is that generally the moment we start inhaling, and to make sure that you are pulling off the prana in such way, now what happened is, now apana is being pulled. So you bring up, because of prana and apana, we have, this is the relationship between prana and apana. It's exactly like this. Prana goes up, then when it is like elastic. So it will little bit stretch, then apana will not have any other choice other than following up. Like this. Goes up. Then again when apana pulls down, again prana also will fall down, come down. So like this. It moves like this. So when you start pulling the prana up, so apana has no choice, even though there will be some type of restraint, but apana has to go along with it. So that is what is being highlighted. And when that is being done, sarva papehi pramuchyate. So the person becomes free from all papas. Continuing. Dvaranam navakam nirudhyamarutam pītvā drudam dhāritam nitva kāsamapānavanhi sahitam shaktya samuchālitam आत्मस्थानयूतस्त्वते स्तुनेन विधिवत् विनस्य मुद्धिं ध्रुवम् यावत् तिष्ठति तावदेव महताम् संघेन संस्थूयते. This is a beautiful verse. He says, look, first what you need to do, so you need to close 9 gates, 9 openings. Dvaranam, and how many? Navakam iti, niruddhya. So you need to block, you need to close. So one should know what are the, first that 9 gates. So we say, this is called Sanmukhya Mudra, okay, in short. So Sanmukhya Mudra means both the thumbs, close the ears, 2. Then while closing your eyes, 2, 4. Then nose, then lips. So how many here? 2, 4, 6, 7. Then below 2, 9. So this 9 doors to be closed. So that's why in short, Sanmukhya Mudra ityartha. So technically, that's why the person to look this set of text must have learnt asanas. So if I have to start teaching also asana here, then where I'll end up, okay? So either I have to take asana class or I have to take this class, okay? I cannot join both together. However, then what happens, he says, marutam pitva drudham dharitam nitva akasam apana bandhishayitam saktya samuchalitam iti. So what is to be done? Says, look, what you need to do here is, now first is, very carefully, all the doors, all the gates, now is being blocked. Now, once it is blocked, then what you need to do? So you need to do marutam pitva. So you need to drink, means inhale, that sort of involvement. So you drink literally marutam, the vayu. So that means the inhalation will happen. So once you do inhalation, you draw in air, then after that what is happening? Drudham dharitam. So you need to retain. So that means what? Once you pull it up, generally what people they do, this is the trick. Actually, when you inhale, you don't give importance to retention. And when you don't give importance to retention, what happens? You inhale more than you are supposed to. Then you don't have any other choice other than exhaling. You understand? Or, but while inhaling, if your focus is on retention, you will discover that you will inhale less and slowly. And this trick we follow, that especially after doing Surya Namaskar many rounds, also this squatting, what we say. So instead of allowing you to breathe the way you want, we regulate breathing there. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that we put you in a rhythm. And if you don't follow that rhythm, it takes longer time to stabilize your body. Because habitually you will breathe a lot. Then you will not be able to retain. And of course exhalation will not be proper. Then it takes longer time to stabilize your prana to cooperate. So that's why there the teachers have got a knack. That's why when we say number one reason, any teacher, when you start teaching, first you have to take the control over the students. Like I am taking class here, even though all of you are in different places. But with my words, with my prana, I am taking over your mind till the class get over. If you are different, I use different jokes. If that doesn't work, I shout, I do this, I do that. You understand? Or else it will be disaster. So it won't be teaching, it will be gossiping. You understand what I am trying to say? So when we teach yoga, we make sure the students' prana, or I would rather say the teacher must have that sort of capability to understand the common prana of the students. What we call as overall prana. However, so here he says, look, here, once this has happened, now Generally, Apana job is to pull prana down. But when these 9 gates are closed, and when you try to retain after inhaling, then with the help of this prana, now Apana is taken with the help of Jatragni to be directed towards Susumna. And there the main job of this Kundalini Shakti. So if you are not able to understand the Kundalini Shakti, at least Jatragni, the power of your digestive fire also you can take in the beginning stages, but later on it will be Kundalini. So then once that is done, then you will discover very nicely that happens. And of course it has to be followed very nicely, says Apana Banishayitam Shaktya Kundalini Shakti, along with the Kundalini Shakti, by the help of the Kundalini Shakti, Samuchalitam. Now what you need to? You need to bring it up. And what is to be done? He says, look, Atmasthana Yutaha. To make sure that you are abiding with yourself, means there is no contraction, there is no distraction. In fact, you are very comfortable and very steady. And it's very nice. And in fact, that is what we call as, Yoga Ananda. So enjoying Anandam in yoga. And once that is drawn, then he says, uses this word, tu anena vidhivat. So here the teaching allows, based on your capability, that anena word, by other, by different. Vidhivat. Vidhi means in keeping with rule, in keeping with different types of methodology of teaching. You cannot create your own. So following some tricks and techniques that is prescribed in different yoga shastras or different siddhas, different gurus. That's why guru becomes more important in this sort of practice. No. I have created my own path. Somebody said, Swamiji, there are 4 paths, not 4 paths. In fact, I have created another path. I said, how did you? Because in my meditation, I discovered one path. Somebody said, I discovered one path in my dream also, okay? You should see how people they talk, okay? Each one comes up with new things. Okay? Like I remember, I don't want to bring anybody. So I asked a person, because casually that look, especially, so person is Avadhut. I don't know why he is coming today. So interestingly, so how did you become Avadhut? And puts this cloth. How did you put, who gave you? So and so Baba gave me in my dream. Then you could have put that cloth in the dream, not in reality. You understand? And what he did, so he made his son also Avadhut. Then son's son also will be Avadhut. Okay? And they have a huge network all over India and in overseas too. Huge network, because there are people, okay? You sell anything, there are buyers. It depends upon how you sell, that's all, okay? Problem is we are not able to present ourselves, okay? That's why day by day people are becoming lesser and lesser, okay? But better, I'll tell you. Because Runanubandha, okay? I don't want to be part of this Runanubandha. Better. Coming back. Then when this Anena Vidhivat, this is the next one is coming, most important. Then what happens? Then it happens, this is what he used this word called Binasya Murdhim. So the Murdhanim, this, literally that the crown, the head, Murdhana, that what happens? So literally it starts piercing, means it gets destroyed. So in short what he says, that through this one is able to resolve the ego. So there is no very poetic language being used, because sometimes a lot of poetic language comes. So the ego is being resolved. How? So they sometimes say, "Shall I break your head?" Oh, I am breaking my head. This expression we have. I am breaking my head. What does it mean? I am trying to figure it out, but nothing is happening. I am breaking my head. So here, breaking the head, literally, that means what? The resolving, destroying the ego, and that too completely. And Dhruvam certainly, and he says, look, yavat tisthati tavat eva mahatam sanghena sanstuyate. And here there is a limitation. The limitation is, as long as the person is able to avoid in that long the person enjoys. In fact, to those sadhus, to those yogis, all other people starts praising, starts appreciating. In fact, we have two methods. One is, if a person already achieved that, again comes down, still the person is being worshipped, praised. It is exactly like the flower that is offered to the God. Once it is offered to the God, and again that flower falls down or comes out of the God, or they remove, that flower will be respected. We don't put, we cannot step on, we cannot do anything. In fact, we'll make sure, even if we use, then after that what happened? We make sure we'll put under a tree or some water body or some safe place where we cannot step. Because it has come from God. In fact, I can share one beautiful conversation between two flowers. So some change, okay. So happens to be, let us say, two roses. They were, blossoming together as they are budding, growing. Then both of them started talking to each other, because like teenager. So they started talking to each other. Look, what is your aim? What is your future aim? One said, look, to become a flower, what a struggle. Sunlight, moonlight, these pesticides, all sort of things. Finally, will become flower. How long? Few hours. Even though nowadays preservative this and that are there, but matter of few hours. I want to enjoy my life. Enough I struggled. Towards end, I want to really enjoy my life. So what do you mean by enjoying your life? Other person asked. Enjoying my life means I should be used in such a place. Like especially Valentine's Day. So one will hand over to other. I would like to be part of that. Oh. So what will get? Because so that I'll enjoy my life. That's what my life I want. Then this person, what is your? He said, look, yes, I have struggled, as you have, both of us together. But I would like to be part of any puja. I can be useful for the puja purpose. I can be really used by somebody for the God. Then this other rose said, don't you feel bad? Already we are in trouble. Again, when you go to the God, only you listen to the problems of others, because nobody goes to appreciate God. So again you listen there, oh God, give me this, give me that, do this, do that, you did not do this, you did not do that. Don't you think that life will be so painful again? That time the rose said, look, true, I have been going through tough time, again I'll go through. But remember, after a few hours, what will be the status of you and what will be the status of me? Please let us think of that. The moment program is over, your case, literally they will step on. And nobody will care. Whereas in my case, even if by mistake I fall down, forget about it, that person doesn't notice it. Other person, picks up that flower, put in the eyes, touches the eyes, and will keep it in proper place. And of course, luckily, if I fall down from the head of the God, while the person praying, that's all. I will be alive with that person somewhere in cupboard or somewhere whole life. Then other fellow says, yes. I'll also be alive if my flower goes in Valentine and continues, goes to marriage. Then he says, okay, till divorce happens. This is my addition, okay? Coming back, joke apart. Here, each one wants to be praised. So praising we look for, or praise we look for, is just matter of appreciation, acceptance. That's why if you observe, when we are not being accepted, that time we arrange things to be praised, indirectly to be accepted. It was there in those days. Those kings, what they do? So they hire people, charlatans. Their job is just to praise. Nothing else. Oh king, you are great. You are this, you are that. And nowadays, for example, this bouncer. What is this bouncer? You understand, in India especially, all over the world now, this bouncer concept has come. And I was shocked to see that now sadhus started having bouncer. And including acharya, I was shocked to see one acharya. To go to that acharya, you have to remove the shirt. It's very funny. And that acharya is having bouncer, who is having shirt? How you understand how contradicting each other? What is this bouncer? Anyway, this is my frustration, okay? Because only here I get a chance to talk, okay? Nowhere I can talk. So, here, he says, look, you will be accepted because, most important thing is, when I am accepted by myself, I don't look for acceptance. And when I don't look for acceptance, I will be really accepted and appreciated by people because I am comfortable with myself. And the more I look for appreciation, the more I will be rejected. I don't have to. And moreover, when somebody appreciates, for what? Not who am I, but what talent I have, what I can be doing, I will be doing, or I am useful for the person. With hopes and expectations. Whereas when I am with myself, when I am comfortable, people appreciate, and even if they don't appreciate, how does it matter to me? Continue. Pranayama bhavetyevam patakendhana pavakaha Bhavodadhi mahasetu procyate yogi sada. This is a beautiful way of presenting. So this pranayama, evam thus, pranayama pataka indhana pavaka iti. So pranayama is indhanam. So indhanam means fuel. For what? Fuel of purification. Pavaka. So what does it do? Purification. Patakasya. So of pataka. So what is pataka? We saw in the last class, okay? So this is what in our Purana class we saw, discussed in details, elaborately. One class in fact we saw on pataka. Now he says, look, in short kalpapas. So pranayama thus becomes the fire that burns all patakas. And that's why sada yogi vihi bhavodadhi mahasetu iti prochyate. So this yogis all the time, it is being said, it is being proclaimed, it is being highlighted, it is being mentioned as what? As mahasetu, not ordinary setu. Setu means bridge. Bridge means great bridge. Like we have a beautiful bridge, very nice to see. This sample bridge. We have, this Rameswaram. When you go to Rameswaram, Pamban bridge we call, okay? Very nice, recently they did it. Because Rameswaram happens to be a small island in South India. And from there, in Ramayana era, that Rama and the group went to Sri Lanka. So that we say that bridge is supposed to be very nice. In fact, those days when they made the train line, recently they renovated, they have done a good job. Coming back. So that setu is really good. Setu means any bridge that connects. So why I brought Pamban? Because that Pamban bridge in the sea itself. And the train and big thing, these things moves. Now here he says, look, this is a Mahasetu, such a great bridge, and where this bridge is being made, he says, Bhavodadhi, on the ocean of samsara. Such a great bridge on the ocean of samsara. And what is that? Pranayama. How? Simple. What is samsara? Samsara is nothing, sense of becoming. Correct? So not Tamil samsara, okay? I'm reminding you guys, okay? So, if it is sense of becoming. And why this sense of becoming takes place in me or becomes predominant in me, when and how, when and where there is attachment. If I am attached to anybody or anything, definitely the stronger the attachment in me with reference to a person, situation or object, the stronger sense of becoming will be in me. That's why when you are in your home, you don't have any problem. When you go and meet your friend and this and that, you discover friend is doing well, you are not able to do, then what happens? Already time is up. Huh? What is happening today? So I was trying to tell one story. Let me tell one story, okay? So I am in a good mood. So what happened? So one boy was doing, studying a lot. And of course, exam was about to come. So one day he prayed God, oh God, I am studying hard. I want the best. I would like to be first in the class. Please help me. So in that night, actually he saw a dream. Lord appeared and said, look, you are going to get your deserved result. In fact, you are going to become first. He really woke up very fresh. Next day morning he shared with his parents. Parents said, wow, that means it's going to happen. So in 1 or 2 days, exam came and he appeared, he did well, and exam result came. In fact, he became first. But when he came back home, because parents came to know from others that he has become topper. But this fellow was unhappy. What happened to you? Hey, you got back your result. Why you are unhappy? He said, this is not a problem. Problem is not that I have become topper. Then what? Actually, along with me, another fellow has also become topper. Two are joined. And the worst part is, that fellow never studies. But how did he become topper along with me? That's my problem now. I am topper is not a matter of celebration. How did that fellow become topper along with me? Is now big question mark. I cannot celebrate. You understand the concept? How this sense of becoming becomes strong in my life. And as long as the sense of becoming is stronger in my life, that long, whether I like it or not, I am in the part of struggling. My life will be full of struggle in spite of everything. You can have everything at your disposal. The best of best. It's a waste. So, to reduce sense of becoming, the attachment, subjective approach, to be reduced. And the subjective approach to be reduced, pranayama, objectivity brings. The moment you do pranayama, what happens? Then and there, you start discovering the distance between you and the person, between you and the object, between you and the situation, between you and your insecurity, in fact, between you and your mind. That's why this becomes a bridge. In fact, with this I'll stop it. When a river is full, it's nice to watch. And where? The best sight would be, if the bridge is very high, you can stand on the bridge and watch. Can you see? Definitely bank of river is okay, but nothing like, being on the top of the bridge and watching the full river. Can you see? Whereas if the bridge is weaker, lower, will you? Definitely not. Same thing, pranayama. So when you are doing pranayama, strong bridge you have created, you can watch the fun. Yes, when big wave comes, you will become like this, but then after that, I am in a very safe place. Why am I scared? What is happening to me? We'll continue. Om